What's going on YouTube? It's Ricky from Team Megalo, and I got back from KMC's yesterday, where I placed second, and got this badass playmat. Check that out. And one thing I thought was really cool about this playmat is you really can't kind of tell it on camera, but it's like a 3D playmat. Makes it kind of hard to roll up, but it's still like one of the coolest things that I've ever won or gotten. And I'm probably going to be using it at locals this Friday just to show it off. But anyway, so I was going to bring you a deck profile of the deck that I played at KMC's. It's basically the same deck profile I've already posted, but I figured if I put it up with KMC's in the title, that more people would look at it. So I'll start off the deck with one Star Lantern. Actually, I really like it a lot. I'm probably going to add another one of it if I can find room, which that doesn't really seem likely, but we'll see. One Grandgear. He's really good against Saberbolt. He was good for me. I played Saberbolt once in the Swiss rounds and dropped him in Game 3. Couldn't deal with it. Won me the game basically by himself. Then I played him again in Game 2 of Top 4 against Saberbolt, and he was just an all-star. They couldn't deal with him. A lot of my buddies that play Saberbolt have been playing Comet Missile just to get rid of him, and that's not something you normally see in Saberbolt, but not a bad idea. 3 Keeper of Dawn. This is one of the changes from the last one I posted. I actually added the 3rd Keeper of Dawn straight up. I didn't cut a card. I went up to 49 cards, which actually helped me in the Control Mirror match from decking, because the Control Mirror match and against the Water Fire Light deck, times where I couldn't go in for shields, they dropped in Furnace or something like that, and I didn't draw the Death Smoke, I would just wait them out. And then 3 Storm Spark Blasts. Again, no Spark Cages, just these. And it was awesome. It saved me in game. You'll be able to see the finals match. I didn't get to record the finals match. My friend was recording it, sitting beside me, and we had been awake for, trying to think at that point. At that point, we had been awake for about 30 hours. So he was recording the match in the finals, and it was a Control Mirror match, and he fell asleep and dropped my phone. And the video was corrupted or whatever, where it abruptly stopped, and it was unwatchable. My phone wouldn't even play it. So that was disappointing that I didn't get to record my finals match in the KMCs. But Nathan Bond of the YouTube channel Rambo Scoob 333, I'll probably put that in the description. He said he did record the match and he will be putting it up, so you'll get to check it out there. In Game 3 of the finals, he had pretty much locked down the game. I had pretty much pot committed to attacking, probably a couple turns too early, and he landed in Andromeda. I dealt with it, but those 2 shields let him stabilize, and I had him down to no shields, but he had a field of Dracothane, Lyra, Double Gloom Hollow, Star Lantern, Canyon Skimmer, just tons. I don't know if those are the exact specifics, but multiple blockers in play. I had no creatures in play. And the turn he went in for shields, he hit a Storm Spark Blast and a Crystal Memory. And I had 9 mana. So I tapped all of his creatures, Crystal Memory for Halon, and if I drew any of my Enforcers, I won. And if I didn't, I lost. And it was pretty tense. Took a little bit of extra time shuffling. Flipped over a logo scan. Played it, didn't draw a Chasm Entangler, and I conceded the match. But that was still just a really intense moment for me. I had no hopes of winning that game at all at that point. And when he went in for shields, that was a possibility, a scenario that I didn't even think of, that could have happened, that I could have won the game. And it would have been pretty epic if I had hit it, but I didn't, and he won. So congratulations to Nate Bond for winning that KMC. And that's just one of my funny Storm Spark Blast stories. 2 Andromeda, the Citadel. I would not go up to 3, just because it's Cobalt Control. If this was Dragons, I would play 3 for sure. They may end up banning or limiting the card, honestly, but honestly, I don't know if they even care about power creep anymore after Infernus the Immolator was spoiled. That guy's pretty insane, too. 3 Lyra the Blazing Suns. And, pretty sure if you're playing light, you should be playing 3 Lyra the Blazing Suns. I think she's the best card to come out of Dragon Strike. 1 Halon. card was ridiculous against Saberbolt every time I played it. Every time I've played Halon against any Saberbolt deck, I've won. Can't lose at that point. Like, they just can't deal with it. 2 Cobalts. And namesake of the deck. He was an all-star for me today. The guy I played in the finals, Nate Bond, I actually beat him in the Swiss rounds of the tournament. And I can't remember if it was game 2 or game 3, but Cobalt did a lot of work in that game, that one of the games that I ended up winning, basically just holding down the fort for like a solid 3 turns. And he took out like 4 shields before he died, and that really put it over the top, and I was able to pull out the game because of him. And then 3 Chasm Entanglers for bait. And he's also good against Rush, I've noticed. I like him a lot. Like, if they play a turn 1 Blaze Belcher and then you play a turn 1 Chasm Entangler, it feels really good. And then 3 Canyon Skimmers. Guys, awesome with Dracothane and with Andromeda. Pretty much any big dragon in the deck. I really like him with Halon. Like, I've killed multiple things with Halon and Canyon Skimmer going. That's the light section. Not sure the exact count. I really don't feel like counting right now. 1 Dark Return. It's just really good access to have one of. I've used it a lot to get back like Andromedas, Dracothanes, Lyras, Halons, or whatever bait I need. It's really good. I like it a lot. 1 Skull Shatter. I didn't play 2, and it was never really an issue. I don't think I really want to. But it's clutch and control mirror match for sure. 1 Dracothane to the Abyss. A lot of control decks play him for his size and the fact that he's a triple breaker. But honestly, I would have to say that I play him for his effect. Like, I mean, he could be a little smaller in a double breaker, and I would probably still play him, though, not ridiculously smaller. But there's a lot of really, really cool tricks that I've played with him. My favorite tricks are with Rusalka and Fumes, personally. But anyway, 1 Death Smoke, or no, I'm sorry, 2 Death Smokes. Going up to a second, or no, playing 2 Death Smokes instead of 1 like a lot of Cobalt controlists was really clutch today. It helped me beat the Nate Bond in the Swiss rounds. Death Smoke was definitely clutch there. Basically, I just drew more Death Smokes than him in game 3 and ended up winning the game. But it's a really good answer to Herald of Infernus on turn 5, which is going to become incredibly important now that Infernus the Immolator is going to be a card. So I like it a lot. And 2 Fumes. Basically, just a Dracothane target. It's really good at nitpicking away that last card in their hand. And I'm going to probably stay at 2. I wouldn't go up to 3. But it's just awesome off of Dracothane. With Rusalka, like, they have 1 creature in play, no cards in hand. You Dracothane back a Fumes and a Rusalka. Really, really cool. 2 Razor Kinder Puppets. This card I'm probably going to go up to a 3rd of. He was pretty clutch for me all day. So I liked him a lot. He was never dead in any matchup I played. 2 Scared Werewolf Gloomhollow was an all-star against both of the Saberbolt decks I played. I liked him a lot. He was really, really good. And the fact that they're making a 3-mana 5,500 vanilla Enforcer Beastkin, like, you still have to play Gloomhollow. Even if Saberbolt kind of dies down, you still have to play it. 3 Terror Pits, obviously. And 3 Bone Blades. And that rounds out the darkness section. Probably going to have to move some of this back so that I can fit my water section on the mat. This mat's not as tall as my Spellground after I folded it, so. But talk about a better playmat to have than a Spellground is this KMC Finals playmat. Love it. Okay. There we go. Sorry about that, YouTube. 1 Dragon of Reflections. He was kind of cool today. He did help me deal with a Gilliflame out of Saberbolt. I couldn't draw a discard, so I went ahead and just played a Dragon of Reflections, put down Terror Pit, and eventually they had to break it, and he broke it with a Gilliflame, and I killed it, and it just let me take control of the game. The Gilliflame was the only real pressure I was afraid of at that point. 3 Logo Scans, obviously. I think if you're playing Control, you should be playing 3 Logo Scans. If I can freaking get to the 3rd. Okay, there we go. That's better. 2 Rusalkas. Really, really awesome trick card with Dracothane. And in this deck, I bounce my own creatures more often than I bounce my opponent creatures. You'll probably notice in the finals of the KMC against Nate, if you watch it, there were times where I bounced my Dracothane. I think I did, or I'm pretty sure I did once. I know in one game during the Swiss, I bounced a Cobalt to recover another shield. I bounced Andromeda, obviously. And one thing that I really like to do is bounce Keeper of Dawn to buy back another spell. So, definitely not just a tempo card, and not just a card to be used on your opponent's creatures, but it's really, really solid with all of your awesome come-into-play abilities. 2 Crystal Memory. An absolute all-star in the Control Mirror match if you're able to either draw a puppet or memory for a puppet before they get to Skull Shatter. Even if they played first, you can take the Skull Shatter away and then continue building up your hand unless you're afraid of another Skull Shatter. But I usually, like, most lists only play 1, sometimes 2, and even if they're playing 2, that doesn't mean they're going to draw the second one. And then to finish off the deck, we've got 2 Spy Missions. And another card that's really cool in Shields, but I like it a lot just as an extra logo scan, because after you get Skull Shattered, because it does sometimes happen, is you just want to draw cards. You want to draw these draw 2 spells just to build your hand back up as fast as possible. Because not having a hand against control deck is probably the fastest way you're going to lose. Anyway, I'm going to zoom out here real quick and let you get the pause it right there and get the deck list. And but yeah, this is it. This is the Cobalt Control deck I got my invite with. So I'll be going to Seattle in August and getting to play in that. It's one of the coolest things I've ever gotten the opportunity to do. And the KMC was a blast. Everybody there was really cool. I really probably should have said this at the beginning of the video, because a lot of you probably clicked off of it once you got the deck list. But my team, Team Megalo, we put 5 people in top 8, which was awesome. Great showing for the team. We took 7 people down, our whole team. Actually, 6 people that were on our team, and then another guy that we went ahead and let him on the team just because he did so well. And we were really impressed by his performance. He hasn't been playing Kaijudo very long at all, like 3 weeks. And he made top 8 with my glue deck that I posted a deck profile of not too long ago with a couple changes. I think he went down to 1 Flame Spike and 1 Dendrite and went up to 3 Neurons and 3 Sabertooths. But really, really cool for Larry. That's his guy's name. You'll probably see him in an update video at some point. And then Josh Hackler, Parker, Hunter, and me and Larry. We all made top 8. So 5 out of the top 8 was Team Megalo, which was awesome. And unfortunately, I got paired against Hackler in top 8, and I beat him. And then Parker, Hunter, and Larry all lost their top 8 matches, unfortunately. But still a great showing nonetheless. But got 2nd place. Not as good as first, but I will take it. And I will still be going to KMC to try to get that plane ticket. So hopefully I'll see you guys there. I hope you like the deck profile. If you decide to give it a try out for yourself, let me know what you think. Alright, we'll see you guys later.